Hello, welcome back to another fabulous Art channel. I'm Jay from Jay's Books Corner, and today we are talking about my August TBR. So, in August, not gonna lie to you, I have plans to read upwards of 40 books is on my TBR. Do I actually think I'll get to every one of these? No. One, I have to get a hold of them. That's hard, but I'll have to figure that out. Two, it's just not really reasonable to expect that I would read all of these novels. I'll tell you if any of them are going to be popping up in a video or they're exclusive to a video. So two that I definitely are going to be reading this month, but I don't have. We have Zombie Season. I'm doing this for a video. This book is an interactive middle grade novel that comes out either at the end of August or beginning of September. I got an e-arc of it. Some of the reviews were pretty terrible, and I was like, I gotta figure out what this book is about. And there's a game component on Roblox, which I absolutely hate, but I want to check it out anyways. And so I plan on doing a video of sorts for it, so I will definitely read. I don't know when that video will go up. Either way, you'll get to hear my thoughts and opinions on the story and the game, if it's worth your time and or your child. And I'm also reading Collision. I don't know who wrote this exactly off the top of my head, but I'll throw a cover up in case you are curious. You can come back up here. I don't know who wrote it, but the amazing writer from it ended up making a Sims 4 Machinima movie, and so I'm gonna read the book, and then we're also gonna watch the movie over on my Sims 2 channel. It's gonna be a fun video. I don't know when that's gonna go up either, but I'll have all that details when I have them. Those two I definitely know are not in any of the stacks of books I have, so let's continue onward. We're going to run through the books I personally already have a copy of, and then we'll go through the books I don't. It's a pretty big stack, so just bear with me as we go through them. First things first, we have This Delicious Death by Kayla Cunningham. This is set in a world where a virus took over and now they have to consume humans. And it's YA, and I'm very curious about it. I'm very excited about it, but that's what this one is about. Then we have A Conjuring of Shadows, which I'm already in the middle of currently. I'm 300, 400 pages in. It's fucking chaotic. This is the third book in the Shades of Magic. It used to be trilogy. Now it's continuing on with Threads of Power in September. Yeah, I'm reading it with the Schlop on her YouTube channel, and I'm having a great time doing it, but it's very chaotic. And then we read Right Royal Blue, which I am reading. I'm rereading for the upteenth billionth time because the movie comes out on Friday. I'm so excited. We will be doing a live reaction to it on Friday. I'm very, 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 very excited. If you want to see my trailer reaction, you totally can. I'll link it in the cards. I actually reacted to it over on this channel, and it did very well. Hi, for anybody who has seen me from that. The next one we have to talk about is Harley Quinn. This is called Reckoning by Rachel Allen. This is part of the DC Icons thing. I have to see if they're part of a complete universe, and if I have to read them in order or anything like that. I'm always interested in reading more Harley Quinzel stories, not Harley Quinn, so I hopefully this takes place with Harleen, which is what the back kind of said. So I'm hoping that would be the case. Then we have Alone by Megan E. Freeman. This is about a girl where I want to say something goes off and everybody in her town ends up disappearing, and she has to live alone with a dog. And it's Y Teen, which is more adult middle grade. I didn't realize it was poetry. I genuinely did not realize this was written in poetry. Maybe I did, but I didn't. I thought I picked it up just because it was the type of story it is. I am so curious about this story. We'll have to read. Then we have Slayer by Kristen White. I've been talking about a lot how I don't like books that take place in Buffy, but don't actually take place in Buffy Vampire Slayer TV show timeline. And I'm pretty sure this one does. I'm gonna try to find the audiobook for it because I feel like I'd probably enjoy it better. I honestly have no idea what this one is. It's about Nina and her twin sister Artemis. I hate the name Artemis. So, not a point taken off, but I'm just saying. And the next one we're going to talk about is a 5-book series that I plan on reading this month for a single video, and that is my reread of Fallen by Lauren Kate, the entire saga. Fallen is about a girl named Luce who ends up meeting Daniel, and she believes they are destined for some reason, but she can't figure it out. It is a religion story about angels, and I absolutely adored the first book. I thought it was phenomenal. I read this book so many times, I can't even tell you how many times I've read this. It's ridiculous. But I absolutely adore it. It brought me so much happiness and joy. And so I'm kind of excited to jump back into that world. I'm a little nervous because so much of my beliefs and everything has changed since I was a freshman in high school. Excited. I do have a whole video talking about my reread experience for Fallen in 2019, I think. But I didn't read anything past that. And so now we are. So we're also going to read Torment. Torment was another favorite of mine. I really love it when a character goes to a brand new school for some reason. And I really enjoyed Torment because of that. And then we have Passion. Passion is one of those stories I did not love. I was curious about the exposition of it all. And then we have Rapture, which is the final book, technically, in the saga. And Rapture is one of those stories I never finished. I got like 200 pages in, and then I never read the last 200 pages because I read a spoiler online by accident in a Facebook group, and I was like, that can't be true, and I've never read it to figure it out. Now I'm not post that, so maybe it is true, and maybe I won't be mad about it. I don't know. And then I also plan on reading Fallen in Love, which is a novella collection. Once again, I don't think I'm gonna pull it up, but I'm also planning on reading Unforgiven, which is a Fallen novel, which talks about Cam, which is the other like love interest in the series. I don't know where or when it takes place. I'm very curious about it. And so there are 2 new stories in this that I've never read before. That video will be completely spoilery filled though, in case you've never read it before either. The next one we have is Babel by Ara Kwong. I'm so excited to be getting to Babel this month. Oh my gosh, the words are so tiny. So tiny. I'm very, very excited to read Babel. We're also reading Yellowface in the same video, so I plan on getting both those this month, so I'll pop up Yellowface on the cover, or maybe not. They're both on my TBR. I'm both excited to read them. I'll log my experience. And then we have Aquatar by Sarah J. Maas. We are starting A Court of Thorns and Roses. You'll hear about my reading experience in my wrap-up, but this video will come out in September when we start that next one. We have Kingdom of Ash that still needs to come out before we can actually technically jump into this. But I'm very excited to read Aquatar again. I've read it once back in like 2016, and I'm curious to see if I like where the story goes. And then I have a fun one that I'm going to be filming here very shortly, and that is Meg by Stephen Allen. This got turned into a movie by Jason Statham. I really hated the first movie, but I'm curious about the second one, so I plan on reading the Meg and the Meg 2, The Trend, and going and seeing Meg 2 and doing like an analysis video. These from book to movie comparisons. If I'd recommend it, these are old, so I don't even know if I'd recommend it, so I'm very excited to get to those. Then we have Don't Cry For Me, a novel by Daniel Black. This is about a man who's writing letters to his gay son apologizing for all the wrongs that he did in his life. It's been on my radar for a while. And then for a 24-hour readathon, I picked out several like poetry collections and stuff like that I plan on reading. One of those being Stephen King's The Dark Man, which is like a picture book type of thing. Bella Thorne, all by like memoir that she did that's also like poetry and stuff. Curious to see what that's about. Light Filters In, Caroline Kilman, who I'm familiar with on the internet, and so I grabbed a full-length poetry collection of hers. We have Elizabeth Albacebo. This is a visual poem of one of her poems, and I'm excited to read that. We have Killjoy by Holly Jackson, which is a novella to A Good Girl's Guide to Murder. I'm excited to read that. This is actually called This Foul Murder. I don't know if I'm going to read this or not. I gotta figure out where it takes place in the Violent Delights like series by Chloe Gong, but I felt like the cover is so pretty I had to at least pick it up. And those are all the books I physically own. So the books I don't own, we have A Twisted Love Story by Samantha Downing. I'll be reading this one this month, and the Elizabeth Albacebo Family Lore, which are part of my 5-star prediction series. This will come out in September, and I'll tell you like full depth how I feel about both these. I'll read it in a single video together. And then we have Brother and Sister Into the Forest by Richard Marabel. If I end up going into a different library system, I'll definitely be reading this. I just have to wait and see, but I'm very excited. We have Your Lonely Nights Are Over by Adam Sass. I'm planning on doing this one for my first time reading of an author, and it's an e-arc, so I get to like talk to you guys before the book comes out, which I'm very excited about. If I can get a copy of You're Not Supposed to Die Tonight by Caitlin Bryan, I will hopefully be reading it. I'm very excited for this one. It's another slasher that I think just sounds so good. We'll just have to wait and see. We have Moon Crusted Snow by Walksbig Rice, which is like this post-apocalyptic end of the world type of story, which has been on my radar for a while, so we'll see if I can get to that one. Broken Perfect Lies by Katie Weismer. If I pick up an ebook, this will be the first one I pick up so I can finish it. I'm literally halfway through it. I just keep putting it down for no particular reason. We have a single episode left, Daisy Jones and the Six by Taylor Jenkins Reid, and so I plan on reading it and then rewatching the entire series and debating on making a video upon it. If you want a video of an analysis of the two, please let me know in the comments down below, and that will help determine if that video gets made. And then we have No Child Mine by Suzanne Lewis and Fable by Adrian Young. Both these novels are for the 5 books people I love video that I'm doing for August, so you'll be hearing about them. Then we have Saga number 65. I think that's self-explanatory. And we have The Fourth Link by Rebecca Yarros. I caped and I bought it, so I'm reading it because the internet told me. And I will probably make a video where I say I'm reading it because the internet told me to, because that's what we're going to be doing. I just read a book about mages and things under those lines, and I didn't like it. I'm nervous to pick this one up. Those are all the books I plan on reading in August. Looking at all the stacks and stuff, I don't know if it'll get to it all, but we will see, and I'll talk to you guys on next time. Thank you so much for watching, and goodbye.